This is your tech news briefing for Tuesday, September 13th. I'm Zoe Thomas for the Wall Street Journal. In recent months, Instagram has gotten criticism from some users, including celebrities like Kylie Jenner and Kim Kardashian, for trying to copy TikTok's video-centric style. In July, CEO Adam Mosseri told users in a video posted to Instagram that the platform had heard their concerns, but that video was an important part of its future.
I need to be honest. I do believe that more and more of Instagram is going to become video over time. We see this even if we change nothing. We see this even if you just look at chronological feed. If you look at what people share on Instagram, that's shifting more and more to videos over time. If you look at what people like and consume and view on Instagram, that's also shifting more and more to video over time, even when we stop changing anything. So we're going to have to lean into that shift.
But to do that, Instagram and its parent company Meta need to get more people using its short-form video feature, Instagram Reels. And according to a document reviewed by the Wall Street Journal that summarizes Meta's internal research on Reels, that's not going as well as the company would like. Here to discuss what we found and why Instagram is so focused on this pivot is WSJ tech reporter Megan Bobrowski. Hi, Megan. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Zoe.
Start us off with a bit of background. How popular are Reels now, and how does it compare to kind of the usage time that we see for TikTok?
Yeah, Instagram Reels, the company says that they've been growing, in popularity, but according to an internal document that was published in August, the Reels watch time is nowhere close to the hours that are being spent on TikTok. So on Instagram, the document says that users are spending about 17 million hours a day watching Reels. And so on TikTok, users are spending almost 200 million hours a day on TikTok. So that's more than 10 times the amount of time users are spending on TikTok versus on Instagram Reels.
That's a significant difference. What does Meta, Instagram's parent, say about that?
So they say that the data about the viewing hours is outdated and not global in scope, but they also decline to give new numbers or updated numbers.
Can you tell us a little bit about how we know this information and how we know about Instagram's plan for dealing with Reels and trying to make it more popular?
Yeah, so there's this document that was published internally in August called the Creator Reels State of the Union. And it said that Reels engagement over the past 4 weeks had actually been falling by about 13%. And it also said that most Reels users have no engagement whatsoever.
What are creators saying about their experience using it, or maybe choosing, not to use it?
Yeah, so younger creators for sure, TikTok is their platform. This is where they post. And so some users will repost their TikToks to Instagram, but Instagram does not like when users do that. They want users to be creating original content for Instagram. And so what they'll do is they'll downrank reposted content, which means that less people are going to see it. So for this story, I interviewed a creator who does really well on TikTok. And so he posted the same video across TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and Snapchat Spotlight. And it got millions of views on every single platform except for Instagram Reels. And so this, I think, is an example of, not posting original content is Instagram saying it's going to make it so you don't get as many views. But at the same time, this creator was saying, no one's going to make original content for Instagram. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort. And, when you're not already seeing the payoffs of it, sort of what's the point? But at the same time, there's some creators who have been able to slightly tweak their content or to emphasize certain parts of it, and that does seem to get them results on the different platforms.
So what is Instagram trying to do to convince some of these creators to post more original content to their platform?
So Instagram announced last year that it was going to be opening this $1 billion fund to pay creators. And it's bigger than, TikTok's, which is TikTok's fund is going to pay out $1 billion over the next 3 years. But in terms of what the internal documents show, Instagram Reels so far has paid out $120 million. And the company says that, this number is dated, this isn't correct, and it also doesn't factor in payments to Facebook creators.
As some listeners probably know, Meta has been struggling with advertising revenue over the last year or so. How much of a push is this move into short-form videos to get more advertising? How is that impacting this decision?
So Meta's ad business is still comparatively doing well. I mean, they do generate more revenue per user than TikTok does. And so, on Instagram alone, they're generating more than $21 billion in revenue a year, whereas TikTok is estimated to only be bringing in about $3 billion. So Instagram alone is bringing in nearly 7 times as much revenue as TikTok is. And that's because they have a bit of an older audience, so people with more disposable income who are going to be more likely to buy the products that are being advertised on Instagram, and so they can charge higher rates for those ads. But at the same time, Meta is obviously facing some headwinds from the privacy policies that Apple rolled out last year, and so they can't track users across apps as well as they used to be able to, so they're having trouble delivering personalized ads and tracking how well those ads are doing. Last year they said they thought it would be a $10 billion hit to their revenue. If that does happen and that's true, that's going to definitely bring them much closer down to where TikTok's revenue is.
I want to talk about something connected to this a little bit, the perception of Instagram, because, Meta has always kind of been focused on how their platform is perceived by its users. Did any of the internal documents kind of look at how users see the platform right now?
Yes, so Meta surveys users about their perceptions of the business, and this is something that they've done for years. And so the portion of Instagram users who think that the company cares about them fell about 50% from 2019. It fell from 70% in 2019 down to about 20% earlier this summer. So only a fifth of Instagram users think that the company cares about them. And the other survey question, whether the people think that, the product is good for the world, that score fell about 15 percentage points from 2019, and that sits right now at about slightly over 45%. So it's not only that Meta is struggling to implement these new products and features that they really do need to succeed, they're also struggling to keep perception about the company positive and to make users feel good about the company.
All right, that's our reporter, Megan Bobrowski. Thanks so much, Megan.
Thanks for having me.
And that's it for today's Tech News Briefing. If you want more tech stories, check out our website, WSJ.com. I'm Zoe Thomas for the Wall Street Journal. Thanks for listening.